Yo, it's Big Fan Breezy with the Brooklyn Nets vlog. Yo, listen. Shout to Nets fans, we the best fans, but all y'all Nets fans talking crazy about Jonathan Kuminga. I just heard dude won 30 mil. Y'all fan to pay dude 30 mil? Y'all crazy, bro. I'm never up in that for him, bro. Y'all crazy. What he do? Because Kerr held him back? Because all of this and that? I'm not trying to hear none of y'all soliloquies. It's all bullshit. He don't deserve no 30 mil. And if he did, why we should give it to him? Why would the Brooklyn Nets be the team that give it to him? Crazy work. Nasty work. In no way. Ain't no fucking way. No way he don't want to return to the Warriors. Okay, that's cool. He got the decision to ask for the money. He got the decision for all of that shit. But nah, man. I don't think it's the Brooklyn Nets that should be paying, dude. I'm just keep it real with you. That shit crazy. You know what I'm saying? I just gotta let y'all know. I just had to say that. I ain't really got no soliloquy explaining on why we should be paying him 30 mil. I'm not jacking none of that shit. I don't want to hear none of that. 30 mil. For what? He ain't do nothing. Don't deserve it over Cam Thomas. He definitely don't deserve it over Cam Thomas. So what we really talking about? Not paying him, man. That's crazy. I can't even believe that shit. I just wanted to be one of the first ones to jump out and, you know what I'm saying, let y'all know. Just cause I know how y'all be talking crazy. Ready to pay Kuminga $30 million because he want $30 million. I wouldn't care. If he like, bro, it better not be us. Ice in the building, but Ice, it can't be us. That's all I'm saying. It can't. We not doing that shit. That's over with. That's over with. For real, for real. The best thing for the Brooklyn Nets is not to overpay somebody that was a 7th seed. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that was got a close look to him, would be the Warriors. They got to see him, and they didn't give him minutes for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? Not big minutes. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, bro, this shit crazy. Yeah, I was talking that heavy shit. Cam Thomas asking for 30 mil. They saying Kaminga asking for 30 mil. They saying Kuminga asking for 30 mil. Straight crazy work. Straight crazy work. Nah. Look at his stats. What his stats say? His stats say don't say he should get paid 30 mil, not from the Brooklyn Nets. Shout out to Quest One. Anytime I see Quest One, I know I'm international. Jamaica, Jamaica. Shout out to Ice. Shout out to Quest One. Shout out to Leaf in the chat. Mmm. Josh Giddy too. Crazy. Quest One said all the free agents need to stick together. Mm, that got to be the CBA. The CBA got to put, you know what I'm saying, make things right. The CBA got to make things right. Word up. But, yeah, listen, I like the fact that, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I love what's going on with us and who we got, you know. I want to invest all the energy and time and minutes and opportunities to the draft picks. Don't want no free agents coming over here trying to get the bag and leave. Not really trying to invest in a team, just looking for a big contract to, you know what I'm saying, to take care of themselves. Not want to invest in Brooklyn, want to play for Brooklyn. Excuse me, you know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is. Um, he said it's next world. Yeah, man, of course, peoples. Of course. Um, yeah, they could get more money if they stick together. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? They gotta, for argue their point. And the thing is, I kept saying that the numbers that Cam Thomas was putting up, he was putting up numbers that when you match his numbers versus the numbers, and I'm talking about last season, because of the opportunities. His numbers match up with players that got contracts in the range to 20 to 30 mil. You know what I'm saying? So on the business side of things, you gotta realize he want to be business savvy too. You know what I mean? He got the qualifying offer. It's not like nothing happened. But at the end of the day, it's just a little different. Knowing that you deserve more money and you ain't gonna get it. But I don't think y'all should trip on that though, nah man. Just off of the strength that, you know what I'm saying? Look at what's to come. Look at what's supposed to happen. Now this is my point that I argue with Leaf. And yeah, bro, I'm optimistic. I never seen them play ball together, but Cam Thomas, with every teammate he was next to, he made them look good. And more specifically, point guard. Ed Sumner looked good at point guard. Shake Milton looked good at point guard. And you gotta say more. Every point guard that was next to him looked good. And part of the reason why they look good is because of Cam Thomas. Everybody, oh, Ben Simmons, come to the team. He's doing this and doing that, bro. If you don't think, and again, when Cam Thomas didn't have a scouting report, they couldn't stop him. And after they got a scouting report, they can't stop him. Everybody knew Ben Simmons was what he was, but he wasn't aggressive at the basket. So, you know what I'm saying? It messed with the impact of winning. Cole Smith said, for now, the Nets need to focus on developing players in CT and the CT contract. That's a fact. This is priority right here. This is numero uno, what they should be doing. And they doing it. Because this right here is look at this. This is the future backcourt of the Brooklyn Nets. I'm happy about it. Everybody said, "Oh, we got to get a big point guard," and they was always contrasting Faiz and Dylan, saying it would be one of them. And they went out and they got a big point guard. Went out and got a big point. Okay, Diego, the man be a POA defender? I don't know, you know, but the prototype of point guard that was supposed to play for that's supposed to play on this team to make it work was the big point guard. And we did that. We got the man. I'm just saying, man, we talking basketball, you got the rookie here. He's definitely gonna have the ball in his hands the whole season. Let's see what's going on, man. Let's see what's going on. I'm pretty much reacting to a bunch of different stuff. I know I'm gonna throw the link in the chat, but before I do, just run the ISO real quick. Here we go. Here we go. Most career points scored in Brooklyn Nets franchise history. Brook Lopez. Cam Thomas not on this list? Not yet. 'Cause he could get these records. These records ain't that tough. I mean, they tough, but they ain't unbreakable. You know what I'm saying? They ain't unbreakable. Marlene Sutherland, the name in the chat. In the chat. Kid named Jay, stop it. We talking basketball. I'm not. I'm again. I said it when Jared Allen was here. I said it when we had Karis LeVert. I've been doing Nets content before Kenny Action around that time. These records are obtainable for Cam Thomas, man. He could get on this list. That's for sure. He could get on this list. We're just gonna segue to the other part of the show, and then I'm gonna throw the link in the chat. Shout out to Money Mike in the chat. He said Nets family was popping. Saying what's up, what's up. Yeah, and pure scorers. I don't know if y'all seen that. That was dope by 7 p.m. in Brooklyn. He was talking about pure scorers, Melo and T Mac. Oh, where the clip at? How to break down how to become an unstoppable scorer. A word? That's a segment. I missed that. Oh, let me see this. How to become an unstoppable scorer. Oh, look. Oh, okay, I got you. I got you. Oh, you just watched it, Ice? All right, recap it with me then. All right, hold up. Let's see. Yeah. Because I think Cam Thomas is a pure scorer, but we going to hear what a pure scorer is from the perspective of these two players, Melo, Tracy McGrady, and Carmelo Anthony. Him too, I forgot his name though. And we going to see what's up with the what's up. You know what I'm saying? Oh my gosh.
As far as like having a big scoring night or having the mentality of being like, I'm getting 30 or I have to get 30 or I have to get a certain amount of points for my team to be successful.
You asked me?
Yeah.
You would guess it.
We used to think about it all the time, for sure.
One, I think it's a relentlessness that you got to have, right? Mentality wise, you just got to have a relentless mentality. Two, I think just being dynamic. You know what I mean? Being a dynamic scorer. And for me, it's knowing who I'm going against that night, right? What type of defender I'm going against individually. And then knowing how collectively the team, how they defend me and where I could get my shots. So I'm thinking of all this stuff. Like this is all happened the night before.
Okay.
Like who I know I'm playing. Like if I know I'm playing Ron Artest, game plan is going into mode. Okay, I know how Ron likes to play me. I know where if I beat him here, like where the help is. Like it's a lot of shit that goes into this, how I think the game. I don't just go out there and just play the game. Like there's a lot of strategy that goes into it from night to night based off of who I'm playing. Now, some nights it just not gonna matter who we're playing because I just feel like you at my mercy.
You could impose your will.
You just at my mercy, right? But I think just being dynamic, man, because being able to score on the left, being able to score on the right. If they take the left away, what is your counter to that? If they take my hezzy away, what is the counter to that? Like you always got to have a counter and be a step ahead of what they're doing. And then for not even just scoring, like if I know defense is loading up on me, I play the game the right way. If I know the defense is loading up on me, I'm just gonna get my guys involved until the
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? He said I play the game the right way. So if he know they loading up, you know what I mean, he's going to play make. But his first job is to score the ball. That's what I'm trying to say about Cam Thomas. Yeah, he's going to play make, but that's the second thing that he does, and that's because he's making the defense react. So that's why I'm saying he should be in this conversation of a pure scorer. You're going to watch Carmelo Anthony and Tracy McGrady talk about what a pure scorer is, and then we're going to see if Cam Thomas is in that conversation. And just if not, we're going to get into the other players and see what conversation they should be in. You know, do any of the, does Trey already have the potential of becoming a pure scorer? You feel what I'm saying? Because let's not leave these other players out if necessary. You feel what I'm saying? But we gonna continue. I don't want to be long winded. We got Ice and everything. We got Eskimo tip off of Brooklyn Nets podcast, and we got everything Brooklyn Nets John on the panel. So we gonna finish the content. We gonna react to it. Hold up.
the shit opens up, right? That's what I'm gonna do. So if I got the ball on the wing and I know it's a guy that's sitting on the block, I know it's a guy's elbow. All right, try to get my game off. My shit ain't working in that point in time. All right, let's get my guys involved so I can loosen up this defense a little bit. Then I could go to work, right? So I have different strategy, different game plans from night to night basis.
Yeah. Now, when you became a member of the Orlando Magic, where you had to take on even more of that scoring load,
I ain't give a fuck. Because you got to think, there's no Grant Hill.
Yeah.
Right? So our team was built around myself, Grant Hill, Mike Miller. Grant Hill was out for the season. Mike Miller's a rookie. I'm with a bunch of role players. I got to let it go. I can't have now. You could sit on the block. You could sit at the elbow, and I can have a guy guarding me. It ain't gonna matter now. Like I have to. I'm put in a situation where I have to do what I have to do and get these shots up. I gotta force shit.
Yeah.
Right. It's a mandatory. I gotta force it, but also be smart and take what the defense gives you. If it's too crowded, too loaded up, look for your teammates because obviously you're gonna need them. And that's how we really made the playoffs. With not having Grant Hill, because I utilize those guys. The Pat Garrity's knocking down wide open shots. Darryl Armstrong knocking down his shot. You got to utilize them. You ain't gonna get far,
right?
Because your team is just not built to advance like that. But you can win some games playing, like that.
I mean, Melo. I mean, T-Mac just spoke about sort of the night before going into a game and the scorer's mentality and the relentlessness of it. Like, is it, from both of y'all all three of y'all perspectives, for real, is it more of like a math problem where it's like, all right, I got 8 minutes in the first quarter. If I could get my 8 here, my 10 here, you know what I mean? I could end up getting my points. Or is it more of just like whoever's in front of me, I'm gonna take whatever they give them? Like, how does that?
So early on,
sort of see it?
Early on in my career, it was just relentless. Like, I have to get to it. Like, I know what I'm up against. I know my team. They only won 17, 18 games last year. I know coming in here, they threw me the keys at 19 years old. I got to get to it. That's the only way I know how to get to it is to go get to it.
Yep.
But then you start to learn how to get to it. You start to mold your game you start maturing. You start learning the game, experience, reps. I knew I had to play in a small phone booth, so to say. I knew what teams was doing to me.
Yeah.
Jam me, send me one way, load up, send it big over, send it. I knew it. And a lot of times you can get around that, right? But you have to really, this is where the intellect come in that, the IQ come in that, because you really have to break the game down. Again, the night before, I was a film guy. I'm relentless when it comes to film.
Okay.
And you
Right there. See, I'm just doing it. I gotta do this for YouTube so they don't strike me or nothing like that. You see Melo talk about being a film guy. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm saying that to say, these guys just aren't talented. As I said prior, the game is mental as well, and you hear the pure scorers talk about how the game is mental. But we're gonna get through the content. We got Leaf on the panel, everything Brooklyn Nets, John and Eskimo on the panel. So yeah, I call Eskimo Scout Mo. I thought that was funny, but all right. Now you're just gonna get to the content. Hold up.
talking about not having the night off. You might have 4 games this week. You got T-Mac, you got Vince, you might have Paul Pierce, and you might have a wing who's a defender.
Yeah.
Right? Who ain't looking to score, who just want to back cut and get their points that way. So you going from 4 different guys and trying to figure out how to maneuver within this offense. At the same time, you got to know the defensive strategy of what they're doing. These teams are saying, load up. They don't give a fuck about nobody else over here.
Right.
Load up. They're calling timeout if you score. That's how bad it was.
Yeah.
So you got to really play the game within the game. So I started to learn that as I got older. And Vince was the one who took. Vince used to say, yo, hey, younger man, slow down, man. He was in Toronto. He was like, man, slow your ass down. I said, Vince, fuck that. I'm trying to come at you, Vince. He's like, nah, man, you still don't get the same shot. Just slow down. And I used to be like, man, Vince trying to give me some bullshit advice. And as I got older, I'm like, dang, it really makes sense. I'm just gonna slow down just a bit. I'm gonna still get to my spot. And then once you get to that mode, it's all.
Even that part too, where you got the young talent not listening to the OGs because they not sure because this is your competition. That's another thing too, is that your veterans is the competition, and they for many reasons. We won't get to that soliloquy. I'm just saying that to say, you hear Melo also say, later in my career, I realized that it was valid what Vince Carter was saying. So I just thought that was interesting to say. We finna get through the content. Y'all see the panel. Y'all know what's up. Tap that like button. Nets fans is the best fans. We out here.
And then you just work on your skill set. So I had to establish a foundation, and then I had to work on my skill set at the same time. I had to work on my left shoulder turn around, right shoulder turn around. I had to mirror everything I did left, going right at every spot on the court, though.
Yes, sir.
Now, when you talk about scorers, pure scoring, to me, that's how I judge you. Could you mirror every spot? Could you go left and right in 10 spots on the court?
Okay.
right?
That's training. So that's training both sides of your body, and that's what I tell kids. Like, bro, whatever you do on your right side, you got to do on your left side. That's how you become a dynamic scorer, because you don't want to be, somebody that could do a lot on just the right side, right? But then when you get on the left side, you're limited to what you could do, right? So that's why whatever you do on the right, do on the left. That's how you become a dynamic scorer. So you have counters for all that. They can't take nothing away from you.
San Antonio taught me some shit, man, as a young player. San Antonio, Minnesota, when they had Garnett and Sam Cassell and Sprewell and all
good.
And because now you're in the scouting report. So you realize how important the scout report is. And they yelling, load up, sit his ass right here, sit that motherfucker right here. Don't let him go left.
Hold on. You see how they agree on certain things. I remember why I did, because I think I skipped a part. But it's just, this is dope. I'm telling you, this is my favorite podcast, man. I advise y'all to tap in. Hold up.
Pure scoring, to me, that's how I judge you. Could you mirror every spot? Could you go left and right in 10 spots on the court?
Okay.
Right?
That's training. So that's training both sides of your body, and that's what I tell kids. Like, bro, whatever you do on your right side, you got to do on your left side. That's how you become a dynamic scorer, because you don't want to be, somebody that could do a lot on just the right side, right? But then when you get on the left side, you're limited to what you can do, right? So that's why whatever you do on the right, do on the left. That's how you become a dynamic scorer. So you have counters for all that. They can't take nothing away from you.
San Antonio taught me some shit, man.
When I talk about Cam Thomas, I talk about the video a lot, but just slow it down, because we got Nets fans on the panel. Shout out to everything Brooklyn Nets, John and Ice. Real quick before we finish the content, can Cam Thomas do that? Can he score on the left and right side of the court?
Yeah, Cam is. I don't want to say he's not a dynamic scorer. Cam he's a scorer, right? But I don't think, the way they describe it, I don't think his IQ is there yet to be that dynamic scorer like they was. But he is. I think he could do majority of the stuff they say, like on left side, right side. I think he could do majority of that light work for him. You know what I'm saying? Light work.
Yeah. Now I'm with you. Throw your link in the chat too. Yo, everything Brooklyn Nets, John. What you got on this? You think Cam can score on both sides of the court?
I think it's very evident that Cam was born to score. Like, that is what he enjoys doing more than anything on the court. I do agree with Ice that, unfortunately, during Cam's time in Brooklyn, he's had to make do with bad systems around him. And the fact that he was able to double his scoring output from 10 points to 20 plus, I mean, that's pretty impressive jump for a guy on a team where he wasn't even given a set role. So I think for Cam Thomas, he has layers of a level he can go to. I agree with Ice, he's not at the level he could be at, but it's just unfortunate this organization never really gave him that chance, and he's made do with that best he could. But yeah,
John, chill out, man. I just asked you, can he score on both sides of the court?
I think for Cam Thomas, he's a good scorer, but I agree with Ice that he has levels he can go to. He hasn't hit that form yet where he could be a complete scorer like that.
Okay, so you don't see him scoring on both sides of the court. Okay. Player one in the chat, he said Cam Thomas is a very skilled scorer, but him undersized and not above the rim athlete keep him away from being considered an elite scorer. Now, this part I will say, I'm not gonna hold you. I like the fact that Cam Thomas gets to the basket, and I do wish that he was a dunker. And I do think that the contrast to him and Jalen Green was big on that, and how Jalen Green was a better finisher and athlete because he could dunk and Cam Thomas couldn't. But in my opinion, I think in all, Cam Thomas goes strong to the hole, and he's great off the glass. You know what I'm saying? Like, he knows how to find spots on the backboard to score the ball. So I said that to say, is it more efficient and exciting than dunking? No. But I think I finished probably over 50% at the rim. But all right, let's just get to the concept. Hold on.
As a young player, San Antonio, Minnesota, when they had Garnett and Sam Cassell and Sprewell and all
good.
And because now you're in the scout report. So you realize how important the scout report is. And they yelling, load up, send his ass right here, send that motherfucker right here. Don't let him go left, don't let him. Like, this is communication on the court.
Yep.
You looking at San Antonio, you got Tim Duncan pulling all the way over. Anytime I touch the ball, he will pull all the way over. And I'm holding the ice on. They wonder why I'm holding this bitch for 3-4 seconds.
Because I see Tim Duncan over there.
I see Tim in it. I'm just waiting on Tim to go clear this way so I can go. But they so smart. If Tim goes back, that somebody else is coming to trap that. So when you start to learn the IQ of the game and the scouting report, and then you start getting the scout report on yourself, that's when you start to advance the game. We talk about the purity of scoring.
And then you got,
I ain't gonna go to this wing. Yeah, I'm gonna go this wing in the third quarter.
Then you got big ass Jamal McGlory down there. If he a little late, he gonna lay you out. You know what I mean? So like, you gotta, sometimes throw your body first and protect yourself. It's like a whole bunch of stuff. You know what I mean?
I want to follow up one last thing on the pure scorer comment. Paul Pierce recently was on Fox saying he's the greatest pure scorer of his generation, and you all played in his generation. So I mean, first off, I want to ask, you already said it, but what defines the pure scorer to you? And what are your thoughts on Paul Pierce saying he's best?
One of them? I mean, Paul Pierce is one of my favorite players.
For sure.
Yeah.
He was one who, out of everybody that I ever studied the game and watched, he had a counter to a counter with another counter, right? And he can do it off the left pivot and he can do it off the right pivot, which is scary because you never know what the fuck Paul Pierce is going to do.
It's so unorthodox. But Paul, what I would say, because he's not uber athletic, but highly skilled. The footwork was crazy, right? Knew how to use his body. He's definitely one of the best pure scorers. To put himself at the top, hey, if that's how I feel, I don't have I don't have no problem with that, brother. Should feel like that. You know what I mean? So shout out to Pete Pierce, man. That's one of my favorites.
He's a bad motherfucker, man.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? That's a clip. Shout out to 7 p.m. Brooklyn, you know what I mean? It's one of my favorite podcasts. And yeah, you heard what he said about being a pure scorer, you know what I mean? Me personally, I feel like Melo was one of my favorite players because he was a pure scorer. Like, Melo could not be stopped. Like, they could not stop him. And then you hear him talk the game in a podcast and see, like, he actually know hoop. Like, he actually know what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, knowing the weak side help is one of the what really makes a lot of the defense. Every player that's a great scorer is saying the same thing. They not worried about the guy in front of them. They trying to see where the weak side help coming from. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was dope, man. I like how they acknowledge Paul Pierce. I would say he a pure scorer. You know what I'm saying? But I would put Cam Thomas in that mix. For sure. I put Cam Thomas up in that mix, man. And but yeah, down at John here, I wanted to get straight to it, man. I know they was talking that Kuminga shit. I'm telling you right now, man, I ain't jacking none of that, bro. That shit is a dub. No way I'm giving him 30 mil over Cam Thomas. He is number 7th pick. If you drafted Kuminga, if you got the output from Yegor Demin, we got him at 8. We got Kuminga went 7. If Yegor Demin has the same career as Kuminga, you be mad. True or not? Why give him 30 mil? Crazy work.
I don't even think we're involved in the Kuminga stuff, if we're being honest. Because let's remember, Sean Marks doesn't exactly go after athletic players like Kuminga, and now you have the thing with the contract money. So it's probably just gossip at this point. It's not going to happen. Warriors don't want a Thomas for Kuminga, so that's probably dead in the water. But at the end of the day, Kuminga and Thomas are in the same boat where they've been on teams with star players, haven't had defined roles, and have had to make do with coaches that don't really like or value them. So that's just the way it's gone for Cam Thomas. It's an unfortunate situation for him. But I also can't deny that, a lot of what those ESPN people said aren't completely all factual about Thomas's game, where he is purely a scorer and his other stuff doesn't get that much credit because Cam Thomas cares more about the offense. But he did improve on playmaking. I will acknowledge that. But still, at the end of the day, I can understand why they've blown his stock down that badly, just because there seems to be an evolution in the NBA where they're going away from ISO scorers to now having multi-versatile positionless players. It's unfortunate, Breezy, but it's the way the NBA is going. right
Yeah, but
now.
what I'm saying is this is why I do this podcast, not necessarily to follow the wave, but to create it. You dig? So
Yeah.
more of my point is someone like Cam Thomas is something of what you get out of Shea. Even if Shea didn't score the ball, I mean, they meant for him to score the ball. He was meant to be a shot creator, not just a facilitator. Yeah, there was games, I think maybe one game out of that 7 where his facilitating was more important than his scoring. But guarantee you they needed Shea and Jalen Williams to be shot creators. Cam Thomas is a shot creator. You may not want to put him in that company. I won't argue. Not to say I can't, but I just want to get more to what I was getting at. And that's the fact that shot creators are going to be important in playoff situations, in finals situations. It ain't going to always be all the ball was moving so smooth and the motion and the rotation. Nah, it's going to be give me the ball. It's like, yo, draw it up for me. Give me the ball. Like, he cannot guard me. It's a mismatch every time. We're exploiting that mismatch. It's what it is. That's what's going to happen. Like, they tried, like, this is the part that, Zach Lowe and the big media, they get away with. They get away with saying that stuff because there's not a lot of fans that's going to acknowledge Cam Thomas rebounding. He became a better rebounder. Now, I'm going to be honest. I think he selfishly did it because Jordy Fernandez said, we're not going to always give you the ball. If you want the ball, you got to go get the rebound. And he wasn't a great offensive rebounder at all, but he was getting defensive rebounds. That means he's the first one with it on offense. Don't it make sense that he became a good defensive rebounder? Watch Cam Thomas when he was getting minutes under Jordy for the little bit of time that it was. And again, I just see other attributes besides scoring. And I critique his defense because he got to close out on the 3-point line better. If he could, when the ball swing, and it's up to him to run and close out and contest the 3-point shot. If he get better at that, I'm not saying he's gonna be no elite defender. I'm saying he's gonna be a great team defender. A great team defender. You know what I'm saying? Never put Cam Thomas in an ISO situation because they're gonna try to put him in foul trouble to get him out the game. Yo, we need defenders to protect Cam Thomas because he's our best scorer. That's what I'm trying to say. Y'all keep talking about the contracts. I'm talking about how he can help the rookies in their player development from the first to second season. That's why I want Sean Marks to give Cam Thomas the contract. It's not a minus with him. He's a plus, a multiplication, an exponent for these rookies. They want to pass the ball because they ain't want the pressure of being in Brooklyn or whatever. Cam Thomas want all of that. He want the limelight, the whatever you want to call it. He was an MSG step back 3 on Grimes in your face. Game over. No Kevin Durant, no nothing. On the road, beat the Spurs. This as a rookie. I'm saying that to say this is the bar I set for Yegor Demin, for Drake Powell, for all of these draft picks that we've lost all of these games for. I recapped this fucking whole season and waited to see what was going to happen. I'll put the bar up there for Cam Thomas because this is what he did as a rookie. Show me some game winners in the Garden. Yegor, my favorite player if he beat the Knicks. If the first time we played the Knicks, he helped us beat the Knicks, he going to be one of my favorite players. You feel what I'm saying? I want to see it. I'm here for it. But at the end of the day, to nonchalantly speak about Cam Thomas being on his team by Nets fans is ridiculous. If it is actually, it is like, it's how essential it is I don't want to, again, I get the Jared Allen vibe. I'm like, yo, if the Sean Marks don't sign this dude, it's going to be bad, man. Clax is not ready to compete for no championship, man. Like, I didn't know what they was going to do. And then they went out and got DeAndre Jordan and all this other shit. Case in point, it went bad because he ain't signed that draft pick. Sign your draft pick. Show the future draft, the ones you just drafted, that I can be trusted. Look what I do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying, Brooklyn Nets got they have a good, how you say, vantage point to look good in this situation by doing right by the players, setting, changing the way things are done. That whole KD, Kyrie, Harden thing, that's overweight. We do things a different way. This is how we got a new head coach. If we really, you know what I'm saying, focus. And I think they got the upper hand. And again, I don't think Cam Thomas said anything wrong about Sean Marks. All he said, he's the GM. He could do what he want with the team. That's respect.
Nah,
That's not.
I have a completely different view. I think for Cam Thomas, he was within his right to call out Mark's organization. You think about it, Breeze. The last few years, when has Sean Marks ever
That's
given
a
Cam
call out.
Thomas?
That's a call out. That's a call out.
It is a call out because Sean Marks is the one who made these crazy decisions. He thought that Bridges and Johnson would be a B- version of a Tatum and Brown that would attract a Mitchell or Giannis. And Cam Thomas, like you've been saying, was the best guy on that team. He was outplaying Midkel. He was outplaying Johnson. He was outplaying everybody. And Sean Marks never once said, "Oh, hey, Cam, I value you. I think you're a main cornerstone guy." He said, "I wasn't expecting Cam Thomas to do any of this, but it's appreciated." Or something like that. Like, he's never giving Cam Thomas the keys. And what he did right now, not getting a deal done, even a middle tier type deal with him, he let the media go after him, and Thomas had to speak up. Cam Thomas should have even had to speak up because it made himself even bad in the eyes of media and everybody else. And now Mark's going to go, oh, now Cam Thomas had a hissy fit. Nobody else is even going to want to give him a dime at this point. So he's now got to take a lower offer. Cam Thomas shouldn't even been put in that position. Mark's organization should have got a 2-year deal done at the beginning of free agency. Now we're going to August with no deals done. They haven't even talked to the kid yet, and now he has to defend himself. Like, whatever happens, Breeze, even if a short-term deal is ironed out, the damage has been done. The organization clearly has made their stance known that they don't value Cam Thomas like that they're looking for guys that are good character, play positionless basketball, don't drop 30 points whatsoever, but they're good team-building guys. And unfortunately for Cam Thomas, like you said, he wants all those accolades. He wants the ball. He wants to be that guy. But unfortunately, the NBA don't see it that way.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, I don't gotta agree with the NBA. I'm not trying to be. Listen, I speak for me. I'm not talking about what I think they're gonna do. I'm glad y'all be putting me on, but again, I'll be disagreeing with a lot of stuff that be happening. And again, like I said, all of these international players that Sean Marks done drafted, they ain't pan out. You know, Musa didn't pan out. I think another one didn't pan out. You know, you want to go out and get all of these, they got to prove themselves. And don't ignore the national talent just because you got international, you know what I'm saying? Because you was the international player. You know what I mean? Right? Sean Marks from like Australia or something. He's not from Brooklyn. I'm just saying. I'm just keeping it real. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm just saying that to say he might favor the international players over the national players. And I don't want Sean Marks as an international player to ignore or neglect the national talent that you can utilize that want to play here, that have high morale. What do you think about the morale of a player that's from here? The morale of a player that's from here is higher than the players that's not from here. I said it. So what? It's not the International Basketball Association. It's the National Basketball Association. I got love for the international players, but I'm just saying, don't ignore the talent and don't make it seem like I ain't split it down the middle. When I did the math, I seen in the top 10, it was straight down the middle, 5 and 5. I ain't wrong for saying what I'm saying. It's the National Basketball Association, not the International Basketball Association. I'm just peeping game. We talking basketball, right? That's all I'm saying. We just talking basketball. You feel what I'm saying? I love it. I'm just saying, don't ignore the talent because it's there. And I respect all of the international players. I'm saying they put on shit. Hakeem Olajuwon put on. I could go on, but anyways, you know what I'm saying?
But see, that's the problem, Breeze. Sean Marks doesn't know how to identify talent. I have people on Twitter posting up all the bad contracts he's given to the Crabs and Johnsons and Harris because they were Sean Marks guys, limited skill sets, but high character guys that can knock threes or however you want to call it.
What you mean? What is these high character guys? Dude, hold on. When they come in the bar, do they have to sing "He's a Jolly Good Fellow"? Is Cam Thomas not a jolly good fellow? Y'all want him to be no, seriously, John. Y'all want him to be a jolly good fellow. All of this
I don't want to be a jolly good fellow.
What's a jolly good fellow shit, bro?
Listen, that's what Sean Marks has done. Breeze, you've seen it the last 9 years. Sean Marks doesn't understand what talent is. He wants guys that are going to, shine his shoes and give him a handshake and take a picture with him. Cam Thomas ain't that guy. Cam Thomas is a guy that shows up on the court, scores, goes about his business, comes back and scores.
So hold on, John. What are you saying? A high character? What you said that the Brooklyn Nets want high character guys? What is high character? What is he doing? Is he holding hands across the street with old ladies? What is he doing? Is he helping them pack their bags in their car? What is he doing when he's not playing basketball? What's so high about his character? I care about basketball players that love playing basketball.
So do I.
High character. What are you talking about?
Listen, that's what Sean Marks does. Listen, he doesn't understand what real talent or balanced talent is. He just likes to give guys overblown contracts that have limited skill sets, but because they fit whatever mold he thinks is what a basketball player is, that's what it is. But with Cam Thomas, a guy who does way more in offense, but doesn't exactly check those boxes, he gets looked at as a bad guy or a villain in this narrative. That's why
what's a high character guy, bro?
But Breeze, that's been my whole problem with the situation is the NBA media is going after Cam Thomas, but they're not looking at the system Cam Thomas been in the last few years. They don't look at the talent that was around him that didn't hold up their end of the bargain, the Bridges, the Does, the Johnsons. But that's not Sean Marks' fault because he was given dysfunctional cards, right? He gets a pass. Yeah. No, he don't get a pass.
I want to play it one say maybe he's rescuing cats from trees. Yo, hold on. Yo,
that's wild.
Yo, hold on, Ice. Yo, Ice. What is he talking about with this high character shit, bro? What is he talking about?
High character, Cam Johnson. Cam Johnson. That's the highest character. You know what I'm saying? Cam Johnson. I didn't think Cam was leaving, but he went and got Cam Jr. You know what I'm saying?
He made it good for Cam Johnson. Said, "Listen, if you love Brooklyn, we got a perfect place for you. It's a place." You know what I'm saying? We're gonna put you somewhere you're gonna love it. Guess what? This is, and again, you gotta realize it was always meant for Cam Johnson to go to a contender. He stayed with the Brooklyn Nets. He fronted like he wanted to, and you gotta realize he came in with Mikal Bridges. Mikal Bridges left and went to a contender as soon as he could. You know what I mean? So I'm saying that to say that Cam Johnson, he just held it down. He's like I said, the highest character. He's the, you know what I mean, what they would want in a professional. He's a professional athlete. You know what I mean? Impressive. I could see him as an assistant coach or having some type, you know what I mean? Having some type of say in the NBA. But that being said, I mean, after his athlete career. But I'm saying that to say, bro, like, so what? Cam Thomas made a shirt that called "Ain't Shit Funny," and why? Let's talk about it. You know what's not funny? It's being on a bench knowing you can help your team win. Being on a bench knowing you can help your team win. Creme de la creme, run, tell a Nets fan friend. Shout out to This Is JTV for joining the panel. You know what I'm saying? Bro, this is why he making shirts called "Ain't Shit Funny." Imagine being benched after scoring 40 points 3 games in a row. I'll make a shirt called "Ain't Shit Funny" too.
Yeah, the problem with that is
I'd have made a whole different shirt.
That T-Mac and them was talking about. Cam got the scoring, but he didn't have it like he was. I think last year and the year before, whenever we got Jordy, first year, right? Last season, he started to pick up on the IQ stuff. And I think he needs more time to get to the IQ because he already has the scoring down. You know what I'm saying? The scoring is not his problem. It's just everything else that everyone's not paying attention to fully because he's not all the way there. Like, not being a high-level athlete on top of the scoring is putting a knock on him. But if he can get the IQ, which we've seen him I was seeing him start to get there with the passes, and I don't have to necessarily score this time. Let me, like T-Mac saying, like, I could utilize the defense, I can manipulate it and let my guys, you know what I'm saying, get their shots off, and I'll pick my spots, you know what I'm saying, when I go ahead and then lighten the defense up. I don't think Cam is there yet. Cam, like, when he scored those 40 points, Cam was just scoring, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't scoring to get everybody involved. He was scoring because, like, bro, like T-Mac said, you at my mercy. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to score 40 and ain't nothing y'all can do about it. But
yeah, but Ice, but bro, yeah, but it's just the benching part is that bother me, bro. It's like, how could you justify him? Know what I mean? You supposed to get automatic minutes for that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They don't see it like that because at that time his IQ wasn't showing it. The scoring was showing. The IQ part of if you can, you know what I'm saying? If you can score well, then bro, you can drop dimes as well. You know what I'm saying? But
Bro,
he wasn't dropping dimes like serious. He was giving buckets serious. You know what I'm saying? It was like, yo,
yeah.
y'all can't guard me. You know what I'm saying? And he made that clear, like, can't nobody guard him, bro. We all know can't nobody guard Cam.
So what you mean? That's high IQ. That's high character and IQ. I mean, I'm
That's
trying to carry us
scoring.
to a win. And
He's
hold
Nah,
on,
that's
talking
those
about the
games where he was
playmaking,
scoring,
Breeze.
those
He's talking about the
bro.
playmaking wasn't good around then.
Listen, but what I'm saying, that's the second part of his game. And my thing is this: playmaking come from him being vocal. It's not just playmaking. Playmaking is tough. You know, you're asking Cam Thomas to be a playmaker for one. A lot of these guys standing around like they on base. You understand? They looking like they on first, second, third base or some shit. Nobody's moving around. They're not even really setting no picks for Cam Thomas. You know how many times Cam Thomas had to try to score the ball just off of the maybe one pick? You know what I'm
Breezy.
saying? Maybe one screen.
I don't
They
think you
wasn't giving him
understand.
nothing.
That's his game, though. That's why they stand
That's
around like
not
this
his
because they know
game,
he's
bro.
gonna get the bucket.
Bro, every player need a pick or a screen, bro, to free up
Cam don't.
to get it to
Nah,
get
no,
it,
he don't. Cam don't
Cam
need it to
don't.
pick us.
bro. But you
Cam
still
don't.
being nice. If you being nice, bro, you supposed to set that pick a screen, bro. If I'm me and Jay playing ball and I know he could shoot the ball, I'm gonna set the screen so he could get an open jumper. I don't give a fuck if he could beat him off the dribble. I'm his teammate. I'm trying to get him open.
Yeah,
Post.
but Cam is a ISO like legit like ISO scorer. So if you're on a team and you know Cam get the ball, you know what I'm saying? You know it's a bucket, and especially when he was going on the 40 run. Like, can't nobody stay in front of that dude and just stop him from scoring. So why am I even doing anything? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
bro, he not
you,
gonna pass the ball and he gonna put this shit up and it's gonna go in though. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
Ed said, I'm not mad at Cam for doing none of that. If he hot right now, let him score. You know what I'm saying? Let him do his thing. And he
Mhm.
did.
Yo, so look at Ledger experiment. He said Cam Thomas and MVG, Curry and KD.
Whoa,
Yeah, I
that's
ain't
wild.
saying that. I ain't saying that. This shit is hilarious though. He said Cam Thomas equal Kyrie, MPJ equal KD. We just need Harden.
That is
Oh
some
man.
wishful thinking, man. That is some wishful thinking, man. Jeez.
Oh my god.
Whatever makes
Oh
you happy.
man. No, hold on, easy. What I was trying to say is they abusing his talent of being an ISO scorer. Like they supposed to set some picks and screens. Like, damn, you want me to score ISO all the time? I gotta jazz this defender up. Like, nah, set a pick so I can get to the midi. Let me get an easy shot. I always gotta work mad hard. Just because I could do it, don't mean you supposed to just always put me in that situation. You know what I'm saying? Put me in
But
that, save that shit for the fourth quarter where they can't scout. Even if they do scout, they ain't
Yo,
see that shit all game. Put me on ISO in the fourth quarter so I could put them on skates.
I
Shout out
think
to
that's
Mo
what he
BZ in
liked
the chat.
though.
So word.
He liked that shit. He liked scoring on niggas, double team, fuck y'all niggas. He liked
Bruh,
that shit.
no, Macau Bridges and Cam Johnson act like they couldn't set a pick. They act they stand to the side waiting for the 3-pointers.
see, I don't think you
Nah, they give him the
understand though.
ball and he be like, "Yo, clear out, man.
Yeah.
Give me some room
Y'all
and
did
let me
enough.
do me.
He's like, get these chokers out the way. Let me score.
Right. Now, fact.
Hey,
Yeah.
clear
He
out.
was like,
Let me
yo,
do
clear
me.
up.
Cause don't even think I'm about to pass. But now y'all want me to pass? I
Mm-hmm.
pass. But move out the way though.
Yo, shout out to Easy in the chat, Wu Pig in the chat, Player One, Mo Beezy, Legend of Ox Experiment, Down Under Dunker, Claude Smith. This is JTV on the panel with us. Yo, what's good, Jay? We was talking about a whole bunch of different stuff. I don't know how much you heard. What's good with you though, Brody?
I just tapped in just now. Ain't shit.
Oh, you still doing your show on Tuesday? Different word,
A different show. Every
different
week is
show.
a different show. I
Yeah.
mean, Tuesdays at 9 or fucking Instagram. my Instagram, This Is Jay, or It's a Different World. And you gotta make sure you streaming the music because that's what it's really about. I mean, go stream a different world music and This Is Jay music.
All facts, all facts. Jamal in the comments, he said, I want Jay to react to this. Everyone, he said, everyone get mad at CT for scoring, but don't get mad at the coaching. It's not reason you should give the team the lead just to take him out. They lose the lead and they put him back in 10 down 2 minutes. Facts. They be putting the odds against him. I seen that shit before when he was asking him to hit a wild ass three. It was like 3 seconds left. He had to. It was just they give him a what they call it a
The
grenade.
grenades.
The they ain't gotta do that. Um, they left in the game. I got you, Jamal. Wu Pig said, plus you got guys and Danny Wolf Power and then the gnome. I think that's how you say his name. Who can play, make, and create shots off the pick and pop. Hopefully, hopefully Wu Pig. You know what I'm saying? Um, if they could learn to pick and pop, man, that'd be dope, bro. Bro, shout out to Wu Pig, a moderator on this page. He ain't even a
Well,
Nets fan. He a dope fan though. Shout out to Wu Pig.
I saw an interesting stat that everybody was thinking that Yegor can't shoot, but he was
Three-point shooter.
the best 3-point shooter in the summer league.
Yep.
Nice. Yeah, I'm impressed. And my thing is, I seen him give credit on X
I
to
think he
the
made
shooting coach.
3.3 threes a game at 43%.
He gave credit to the shooting coach. I seen that in the post game interview, just like a clip on X. And he was giving credit to the shooting coach. So I like that's what I like about player development.
He's
You
very
know,
self-aware, Yegor. He said he's got to work on physicality, getting stronger. Like, I appreciate him knowing what he has to work on already. At he's only like 18, 19 years old. Good for him. Get ahead of the curve.
yeah. Yeah, and I like that. I like that for him as a leader for the team.
Hmm.
I like that for him as a teammate on the team because there's a lot of elements to winning basketball, and I think leadership and teammates is a big part of that. Part of the reason why you get more importantly, in my opinion, Denver get a Bruce Brown. They want Bruce Brown and they went and got him back on the roster. It was just something missing about that Denver Nugget team when Bruce Brown wasn't on that team. You know what I'm saying? And he played on our team, so I know what it is. But you know, I think Jaeger is going to be a good player this year. I give him 11-7. Of what I seen in the summer league, I'll say 11-7. I don't expect much from him. If I could get 11-7 from Jaeger, I'll be happy. But to keep it real with you, I think he's gonna get about 25 to 30 minutes. I think a bulk of the minutes should go to the eighth pick. I think you should get like 25, 30 minutes. You know what I mean? You don't let them play back to back. So you don't, know what I'm saying, get them injured, but you give them big minutes. You let the fans, know what I'm saying? Or not the fans, but you see, you know what I mean? If y'all can do the one, too. In my opinion, yeah. If Jordy Fernandez can make Diego a two-way player, we got to star, bro. We got to star.
I wish he would run point
It-
a
do
little
you do
more.
you think that Diego could become a defensive playmaker?
It's possible if he gets stronger, but I hope he does run point when we do have more established talent around him. I know they want to make him a forward and a guy that could push pace, and even say he doesn't want to be a point guard. But at the end of the day, he's got the height, he's got the pace, he knows how to find people open for shots. I just don't want to be a guy that stands in the corner and shoots threes. I think if he gets stronger, he could elevate his game where he could have an interior game. That dunk he showed is what he could do when he picks up the speed. So I really hope he does like elevate every part of his offense and just not be a 3-point Doug Robinson type guy because I really think he's got a lot in his arsenal to work on. I just got to see him get stronger physically. I think once he gets stronger physically the first year, I think the second year you really will see him elevate the offense more. But I think his 3-point shot's definitely going to be something that you're going to notice this season. Maybe he'll be in the 3-point shot for the All-Star game if he continues this trend that he's doing.
Well,
Yeah, nah, facts.
we'll see. I,
Yeah,
I ain't gonna
Igor,
lie, I wasn't impressed with nothing I seen in summer league for real.
Yo, Jay, I gotta keep it real with you, bro. I know we spoke on it briefly, but that dunk where dude got dunked on wild crazy. For one, I was wrong. I thought it was two different dunks, but it was the same dunk. The
Oh no,
dude,
it's singing.
Yeah,
yeah,
he talking about a same
Yeah,
game.
yeah. That
That's
dunk was
crazy.
crazy. He gonna have to live that down forever.
he gotta become a world champion, bro. He gotta win the NBA championship. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
Like if he don't win the
if he
NBA
becomes a
championship,
bust, if he becomes a bust, it's gonna be a 30 for 30 about that dunk.
nah, that's crazy.
Like the
He
dunk
got
that
he gotta
changed his
go get back.
life.
He gotta go
Mhm.
get back. He gotta get somebody back, bro. You know what I'm saying? He
Yo,
got
what I will say is, I'll go as far to say is that's the first time I seen a welcome to the NBA in the summer league.
And the crazy shit is he had a good game. But nobody don't care about the good game. Niggas care about that picture.
Easy said he got to fight that. Okay.
He
It's
got
crazy.
he got to do
Yeah,
something.
yeah. You know what's crazy, bro? The fact that when the opportunity presents itself for these rookies to get these minutes, all of these lottery picks and Senge, all of these guys, we're gonna see what's up. And I'm saying what's gonna be equivalent is the minutes that Yegor get. Yegor is going to get as many minutes as I think Cooper Flag, Ace Bailey, Dylan Harper. He's going to get as many minutes. I don't know. I'm not saying what kind of numbers you're going to put up besides that, but
No,
he
he not.
should. Why would he get the most minutes?
Man, these niggas going to the G League.
Not Yegor, but maybe Ben Straff.
Nah.
Now when he come out and start stinking it up for a little while, then he gonna go to the G League.
Eh, that's a
nah,
personal
I don't think
experience.
he's gonna go because we only got him
They
and Nolan, and then your
they
your other
about
your
they
other backup is probably gonna be Keon. You know what I'm saying? Like
they about to do him like they did Scoot Henderson.
Wow.
send him to the G after like a
Yeah.
couple games. Yeah, we ain't
Yeah,
got
I'm
all the
like,
police
that's
for
true though, bro. School Henderson, he played in the G League and the start of his career. I ain't gonna hold you. Just to be different, I say he gonna be rookie of the year over Wemby. I was wrong. But the truth is that yeah, they sent him to the G League. I was surprised they sent dude from Houston to the G League too. I think his name Reed Shepard.
Reed Shepard.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
nah, the Reed had roster because of the roster, but Scoot his game ain't translate as quick. You know what I'm saying? He had everything, but it didn't translate, and his shooting wasn't well either, and that's why they sent him back to the G.
Hey, hold on, Jay. Hold on. Let us tell a story real quick. Jay, you got the draft picture up there. I just want to answer this question real quick. You know what I'm saying? Shifty Sean said, if Pelicans don't draft Fizz, you think the Nets still take Diego? Now, me and Jay was at the game. This is me before the game, happy as ever, ready for what's to come. Now, had no idea that the pick Fizz will be right before, you know what I'm saying? Right before the Brooklyn Nets, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't as happy after that. I mean, so I just wanted to show you that we was at the draft and we was hurt because we all wanted Fizz, to my knowledge. That Jay wanted Maluat. You wanted Maluat, right, Jay?
Yeah. Or Derek Queen or Fizz or Ace. I would have been happy with either one of those guys. And we got none of them. And we still and we still had the chance to get Maluak or Queen.
The little Queen out for like 8 weeks.
Yeah, that's a huge blow. They risked their 2026 lottery pick for him. That's not a good start. That's not a good start.
It's a wrist injury. He'll be all right.
I was about to say he'd be all right. But
So hold on, what you mean
we
is a
get
wrist injury? How long you think that injury gonna take? I said 8 weeks. How long you think he'll be back before All Star break?
Yeah, by preseason.
y'all
He,
seen
he by preseason he'll be back.
Y'all see my son Westbrook was playing with a fractured hand since January.
Oh, those
Yeah,
him was
that was
bad,
wild.
man. Oh,
See, but
Me
I'm just
too.
saying Westbrook is a warrior, man. That's why
Serious, man.
that's why you can't hate on Westbrook, but people be trying to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, seriously, bro. I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro. I remember they was talking about Westbrook coming to the team. I was big on him not coming to the team. I was like, nah, we ain't getting Westbrook. Why you want to get Westbrook? Westbrook, he gonna hog the ball. I was saying all of this shit, but as a player, bro, I gotta respect Westbrook, bro. He one of the toughest players in basketball in forever. Not even just our era, bro. He's a tough for him to be that athletic and play that many seasons and still be that athletic. That's tough, bro. And he good on defense. His stats in the playoffs is how many times he was guarding Harden and his field goal percentage. Everything don't show up with him on the offensive side of the ball. So I mean, he got good defense, but yeah, man, bro, he definitely one of the better guards I could see in my era of basketball, where I see like players in their prime. You know what I'm saying? And he kind of he's in the latter part of his career, bro. Well, Westbrook, how many seasons Westbrook played?
Shit, don't even
22.
mind.
A lot, bro. It's a lot. You know what I'm saying? He's still hooping. But it's a
Right.
lot. I don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
See, but people be trying to play Westbrook just because his jump shot off now. I think he needs glasses, but I ain't sure.
well,
Nah, man. Nah, because I keep saying that Gil explained like when you like him, Ben Simmons, Jason Kidd, when people are that quick, man, they just have trouble. They just have trouble shooting. Even LeBron, but LeBron figured it out. But when you can move that fast on the basketball court, usually your shot is you just can't, you know what I'm saying? The shot is the last thing they get. They can get to the cup, they can be athletic, they can rebound defend, but when it comes to the shot moving like that, man, it's a hard thing to figure out. Pause. You know what I mean?
Yeah, shout to Easy join the panel.
ooh.
I
Yo,
think
Easy.
I think Ice was just giving him some bail just now because there's other fast niggas that could shoot.
Nah. I ain't giving them bail. I ain't giving them bail.
There's mad fast niggas that could shoot. Tony Parker could shoot.
Nah,
Fucking
that's different. Like Westbrook
fucking
and
Nick
and,
Van
and
Axel
Jason.
could shoot.
Yeah, Nick the quick, but he wasn't fast like them, bro. You know what I mean? Like Nick is quick, but Jason Kidd and Ben and Russ, they move at a different speed, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because he explained it, said like they fast twitch muscle, they don't know how to turn it off. It took Jason Kidd forever, and if you watch Jason Kidd shoot a 3-point, he had jumped from the 3-point line and damn near end up at the free throw line by the time he finished shooting the three. You know what I mean? Like he couldn't just stop on a dime and go straight up. You know what I'm saying? Vertical. He have to jump up and forward and shoot the three. You know what I
Mm,
mean? And it took him a
yeah,
long time to perfect that.
yeah. I think that's the thing about basketball. You got to stay consistent with working on your game. They evolve so fast that the players that stay consistent more than you, and it's a competitive thing to stay consistent. You know, stay healthy, stay consistent. You know what I'm saying? Like it really is, because basketball, a lot of it is skill. Like to run fast, slow down. The stuff that Kyrie Irving, that stuff is skill.
Yeah,
That's not I went to the gym and now I got muscles. That stuff is skill. And
Jay.
then and that's another thing that I like about looking at players, you know what I'm saying? That, the college players, and just seeing the raw talent and see the skill part of it before they put muscle on the skill, you know what I'm saying? Because, I'm learning how to scout, you know what I'm saying? Listening to y'all and all of that. You pretty much Ice PT and all the stuff I heard from college basketball, and you know what I mean? Just looking, at different qualities on you know what I mean, what you would want in a player, leadership, all of that. We wanted Fizz, you know what I'm saying? Because I thought I seen some of that in the highlights. Like he was getting in the what's that college joint? I think he didn't make the Sweet 16, but
The
he
tournament.
went in the tournament. Yeah, how far he went in the tournament? Because I know they won a game. They definitely won a game for sure.
They won like two games, 2 games or 3 games in the tournament. I don't remember.
But he had something to do with those wins too.
He had everything to do with those wins. He had everything to do with it. You know what I mean? He was the only person. I think one other teammate came to the combine or something and got invited, but he was the only person on that team that came to the draft. Basically, was in the draft, and the youngest.
Yo, Easy, you there?
Top cheesing.
Easy. What's the word?
I think he there. I think he there. He probably not, man.
But Jay,
Always gotta get that chopped cheese before you start. Know what I mean? Can't be
Jay, I was
hungry
about
on the
to
stream.
I was going to ask you, do you know why LeBron? You know why LeBron do that? Look at the ball and shoot the three. Do you know why he do that now?
Ain't that's the fuck you three?
Nah, it's because
that's what they call it. That's what they call it when it's like one of them go ahead threes and he just go look at the board and shoot it. It's a
yeah.
fuck you.
Nah, it's because he learned that he has to be damn near not moving to be able to shoot threes better. You know what I'm saying? If he try to do any crossover or anything like that, LeBron definitely not hitting the three at a high clip. So he's what I'm talking about. While you see how he was running fast most of his career, and like, oh, he couldn't shoot. Well, he figured out that he had to slow all the way down to the damn near not moving to shoot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yo, I just wanted to say this about Jared Allen because I was thinking about why I was mad about Sean Marks. Is remember Jared Allen? He was just light. You know what I'm saying? He had no weight on him, but he had a shot blocking ability. And it was like, yo, all you gotta do is gain weight. That's why when we went and look at Nick Claxton, you see that 4 years he gained 2 pounds. We was laughing. It's like, come on, man. But I think that's because of the whole thing with Jared Allen. Because Jared Allen, he got great shot ability, but the difference between Nick Claxton and Jared Allen is the weak side help. You don't want Jared Allen playing the weak side. He gotta play the strong side. He the guy in front of you. He ain't roaming all over the place. Yeah, you might want him to roam in a pick and roll, but for the most part, he's a strong side. Feel what I'm saying? I think you need both, man. You can't get away with trying to have a strong weak side and a weak strong side. You gotta have a strong both. You know what I
They
mean?
just need a legit center, Breeze. The Strongbox problem is he don't like 7-foot centers, unfortunately. Like he just don't read the league anymore. Like I think it was Leaf or I said the big men are coming back to the league. If you don't get an actual big man, I don't care how many playmakers, how many shot creators, how many stars you have on a team. You don't have an actual big man, you ain't going far. If you ever want to
I
go
told
farther.
y'all what it is. They want to play fast, so they don't think the 7-foot niggas gonna be able to keep up with the offense that they want to run, even though they was last in pace in the league.
That's crazy. Like, see, Jay just exposed how bad Sean Marks is. He's such a hypocrite. You're trying to do something that nobody agrees with, but it still doesn't work out the way you want it to. Like, come on, what are we doing here?
And by the way,
Because that's how they building the team, to play fast, shoot a lot of threes. But they were shooting a lot of threes, but they wasn't playing fast.
right. So by the way, both the centers that that I talked about, Max and Kalkbrenner, was just in the summer league finals game on the Hornets and the Kings. Can you believe that? Yo,
yeah, we should have got that Max Reynard guy.
Ice, weren't they saying Nick Clifford is one of the best players in the summer league? Nick Clifford, Ice, another guy you scouted for us.
Yo, hold on. Let me shout out Iceman Page because Mo Beasley in the panel. You know he a Houston Rocket fan. They got KD. I kind of want him. You know what I mean? But I gotta shout Ice out. I actually watched the content before I pulled up. It was dope. He was talking about Nick Clifford, and rightfully so. He was talking about Nick Clifford. You know what I'm saying? Before. You know what I mean? The draft and all of that. You know what I mean? So shout to Ice, man. Subscribe to Ice. Subscribe to This Is JTV. We gonna keep it going, man. Ice threw his link in the chat. Y'all can find Ice on his YouTube. Subscribe to his page. You know what I'm saying? Jay, throw your link in the chat, you know what I mean, so they can subscribe to you. I want to go to Mo Beasley because Kevin Durant is on their team, man. The Houston Rockets is trying to compete with OKC, in my opinion. Mo Beasley, what's good, man? What's going on with the Houston Rockets?
What's going on, man? What's good, panel? What's good, Breezy, man? I had to come in, man. I usually just catch you on a late night, you know what I'm saying, handling some business or something. So I had a little time to come in and kind of chop it up with y'all for a minute, man. As far as the Durant
Appreciate you.
stuff go, man, it's just been a whirlwind with this stuff, man. Just with the whole expectations and things changing and everybody kind of giving their soliloquy about it. Nah,
So,
man, I just think that it's I ain't gonna say it's championship or bust, but it's kind of like we gotta show something in this first year, or it's gonna be a sort of a disappointment. So
so hold
starting
on.
off.
Is it like Mo Beasley? Don't, because my thing is what I realize is that franchises is trying to compete in that rookie scale contract with a lottery talent. When they get that lottery talent, before that player signs that next contract, they trying to compete. And now it don't always happen that way, but it looked like it did with the Rockets. Like Amin Thompson, what they in their second year, they rookie scale contract, third year?
Yeah, he's on his third year. And I get what you're saying, Breeze, man, because a lot and this is what's happened for me. This is what I'm seeing with these rebuilding teams that was from from Harden, 2018, those rebuilding teams from like 2018, 2019, 2020. A lot of those teams are like picking the guys that they've drafted and the ones that they feel like they're working with that's gonna stay on the team and they're moving on. You know what I'm saying? You have a certain amount of time to show that, you can be a part of this team or a part of any team that you own. And if not, man, we're gonna pay you and trade you. You know what I'm saying? That's what I've been kind of seeing lately. So
True. So shout
you
out
yeah,
Mo Beasley.
you only got a little bit of time to show something. It's not like, this is they don't have a lot of patience no
Hold
more,
on.
man. So
It's the Thunder and that's true. I'm with you. It's the Thunder in your division.
no, they're not in our division.
Okay.
Actually it's Memphis, San Antonio, Memphis, San Antonio, Dallas, and the Pelicans. That's who are in our division.
Mm. Damn. Y'all could. Now I mean, y'all might be tough in that division. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Nah, man, like man, to be honest, I'm kind of glad that this division is kind of like catching back up because with the Pelicans, hopefully they can stay healthy. I'm looking forward to this division actually gaining some steam, man, because we got some hard hitters in our division. It's not gonna be easy, man. It's not gonna be a cakewalk at all.
Nah, I respect it.
Man, that shit like work. Houston to the fucking shit, man. Houston
Yeah,
to the fucking shit, man. I done said it
No,
already, my man.
yeah, I get it, man, but it's not
Gotta be
guaranteed.
easy.
And I get the landscape is not as threatening. It's not as like so much scary. But man, you still like the stuff with KD still has his flaws. KD still not gonna play all the games like that. And like as far as our young core, we don't like we're hoping that the development that these guys are gonna take a leap. But that's the real question in all of this. Is like, is Durant gonna be enough? Is Durant and the leap with the young guys gonna be enough for us to get over that hump and get into the Western? Because I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm expecting the Western Conference Finals, man. Like that's type of time I'm on with this. I'm not looking to get no second round. Like if we go 7 in the second round and somebody get hurt, maybe I'll accept that. But as far as I'm concerned, fully healthy, I need Western Conference Finals.
I'm not
I
even
don't
gonna
know
lie to you,
about them.
Mo. I'm not even gonna lie to you, Mo. I'm not even accepting that, yo. If you get to, it depends on who you get into that 7 game series with. But from what I'm seeing right now, the only team I'm accepting is OKC. That means you hit them off in the second round, which is that means your seeding. That means the season went kind of already because I'm expecting you to be a top 2, top 3 seed. So you seeing them
Oh,
in the
yeah.
conference finals. So the only team I probably accept is Denver. Even then, I don't even know about all that. So you know what I'm saying? So like how you said, conference finals or the
But
chip.
to me, I'm looking at it like this because everybody they put the bag on Jalen. Let's you know what I'm saying. Let's keep it 100. They put the whole reason the series lost on Jalen. And I just feel like when you take him out and you add everybody else, if y'all ain't on your, if y'all still lose and y'all still not getting the way y'all supposed to be, it's more than that. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is for everybody else on the team. Like, y'all, the dudes that y'all said that wasn't doing it or wasn't contributing or that was bad on the team the last year, y'all got them out of there and y'all got KD. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? We can't have the same results. We can't have this looking like what it looked like with Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks and all of that there. It got to be something totally different. So that's why my mind frame is like Western Conference or bust, because y'all basically telling us we got the dudes out of here that was fucking up the team and we got somebody else in here. So now I need to see better results.
Nah, it makes sense to me, man. Really, realistically, getting Kevin Durant, I'm speaking from a net fan perspective. You got him this season, but you ain't guaranteed to have him next season. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You
Yeah,
know what I mean? So
nah,
I get
it's
what you mean about Western Conference Finals or nothing. Like, yeah, this it gotta be now. You know what I mean? If it ain't now, it's never. You know what I'm saying? I
I'm
have to
I'm
say it
a,
It
like
I,
does
that. You
not
know
have
what
to
I
be
mean?
now. It
I,
does
I
not have
want
to
to.
be
No,
now.
it's
You're
not
not
gonna be.
listening
It's
to
not.
this
It
man.
don't have to be now. But the thing is, you just want to see better results, because when you trading a young player like Jalen Green after his first playoff stint, you know what I'm saying. You don't. Teams don't usually do that with young players that they feel like can be a centerpiece. They don't usually do that with young players. They give them at least two playoff tries before they just trade you. And the fact that he just got one and done, it's like, nah. You had to see something. You had to see something that
Right,
you didn't like and you got it up out of there. So the
right.
fact that
It's the blend. And again, this is what I'll be, because I always contrast him to Cam Thomas. The elephant in the room was the scoring. They needed Jalen Green to be a scorer in the playoffs, and he was ice cold.
I'm gonna
No,
tell you
He was
like this,
ice cold.
Breeze. You might not like what I'm about to say, but I'm gonna say it. If Cam Thomas was put in that same situation and Golden State blitzed him like that, bro, I ain't gonna say he would do as worse as
He would have
Jalen,
chucked the
but
rock and fucking
Cam
it
rolled
wouldn't
Thomas
have
over.
said
been
he
it
know he
wouldn't have
get
been
doubled from the jump ball,
it
man.
wouldn't
He
have been
already
enough.
know.
Go, come on now. We know how
He'd have
Golden
chucked the
State
rock.
get down. We know how Golden State get down when it comes to the scheme and shit, man. Let's not
Fuck
let's
So
that
you
not
house.
do
saying
that.
you
Fuck
saying
that
so
shit.
you saying Houston was hasty? You think the Rockets was hasty by trading Green?
No, I'm not. I'm not. You know what? I'm 50-50 on that. Like, cause I get it, but at the same time, it's like, man, like this. That's not how it usually go. Like, that's a gamble. Like, a lot of people don't want to acknowledge that it's a gamble, and they think that, oh, it's just a straight upgrade, and you ain't got nothing to worry about. Oh, that nigga ain't gonna do nothing, and if he is, it don't even matter, cause you
But
gonna get
hold
a chip
on,
this year.
no,
but
So it's
no,
do
like
it
it's not as
do it.
simple. It's
Hold
not
on,
as simple as that.
but
no.
hold on. Do it matter? Do it matter about who they bought into? What like bought into between Saw and Jalen Green? Maybe not to say they,
You mean, I mean,
made them go against each other or nothing like that, but more of like, all right, we know that Amin Thompson is going to do X, Y, and Z, and he was
no,
in the playoffs doing X, Y, and Z, and Green was supposed to do what he was supposed to do, but he ain't do that, and that was
See,
for
I
the
mean,
ball.
a lot of people don't want to. A lot of people don't like to bring it up because everybody like but I mean didn't show up to around game 4 in that series, bro. Like, I mean, and this is the
Okay.
part of me saying, like, when everybody putting a bag on Jalen, like, yeah, he the main guy, so he's supposed to get the main part of that blame. But if you just really looked at that series, a lot of them guys didn't come to play until it was down 3-1. You know what I'm saying? That's when people started.
When
You know
did
what I'm
he come to play
saying?
though? When did Jalen come to play though?
Nah,
When
he
did
ain't- he
Jalen come to
came
play?
he came to play game 2. But
And then
what I'm
after that,
saying is
but after that though,
everybody has a reason. Everybody plays a fault in that team going down 3-1, not just Jalen.
no, that's
Now
right. But when
Jalen,
did the
So
board
hold
Jalen,
on.
change though?
hold
Yeah,
on,
When
go
did the
ahead.
Jalen.
board
Now
change though?
Jalen, after that game 4, Jalen he's gonna take most of that blame because he didn't show up at the game 4. But it was a lot of them playing. It wasn't just Jalen that wasn't showing up in the
No,
beginning
no,
of
no,
that
no, no.
series.
No. Hold
These
on,
are
hold on.
facts. These are facts. But when did the board after game 2? When you could everybody saying pulled up at a certain point in time. After game 2, when did your boy show up again?
No, but can you acknowledge that Thompson didn't show up to after game 4?
No, no, no.
That's my thing. So
Let me say
when
this.
I talk about other players not showing up, everybody wants to tell me Jalen didn't show up. Why can't
Hold
we
on,
stick to the subject on what everybody else doing? Then we can get to Jalen.
hold on,
Jalen is
hold
low
on, hold
Go
on.
hanging
ahead.
fruit.
Go ahead.
Hold on. Jalen wasn't low hanging fruit. That was just the last straw for him. right? Because they was talking about moving Jalen not this season, but last season. So
Right.
Yeah, they
you know
was.
what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, they was talking about moving Jalen last season. They was talking about how he was because
The
he's
bum
been
ass Mikael Bridges, and then y'all end up getting KD. That's even better.
yo,
Yeah.
you're not because they said that he was playing on he was doing underwhelming and they wanted fans didn't want to trade him yet. They wanted to give him a chance. And Houston didn't trade him. So now he played this season and in the playoff, he didn't do as well. That was the last straw for him. It wasn't because he's a young player, he's up and coming. He didn't perform well in the last 2 years. And that was his problem. You know what I'm saying?
Right. He was largely consistent.
Okay. So now, if this doesn't go as planned, who's taking the blame? Because we all know KD fans ain't having that. Yeah, you
Right.
talk you want to sit up here and try to
No,
think you're gonna blame KD for not winning the series. Oh, you
all
Well,
finna
right.
have a
So hold
whole
on,
war
hold
on
on.
your hands.
All right, hold on. You know what it is. Yeah, yo, shout out to we got love for Mo Beasley. First and foremost, shout out to Mo Beasley. He a Houston Rocket fan. We just like this. Just I don't even know why we like this. Player one said he said Jalen Green showed up for one game. He cost them the series. Anytime you lead a team in scoring and drop 8 points from your average, you were the reason they lost. You want to comment
Yeah.
to that?
Yes, and like I said, I can agree to that, but at the same time, my thing is now that you've got the guy that's off the team, I need Western Conference or better because y'all are basically telling me the only reason we lost is because of Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks. So if we replace the two dudes with Kevin Durant on this team,
Mhm.
why should I not expect Western Conference Finals or bust? But see,
right.
the thing
I
in the
feel
hold
you.
on. The thing in the Rockets community is people feel like, hey, you shouldn't have those expectations because you didn't give up nothing for them. And I'm just like, yeah, but at the same time, you're telling me that we traded two guys off the team that was bad, and I shouldn't have expectations that because we got Kevin Durant, I'm supposed to just sit back and like, nah, it's cool if we lose in the second round. It's cool if we lose in the first round. Hell no, I'm not with that.
Mo
Then
Nah,
I try to
yeah.
say get to the Western Conference Finals. Easy E cook me and say, nah, you got to win that. So what are we doing?
Nah,
Beasley.
but realistically, like you said, you a Houston Rocket fan. We talking our shit though. But again, my thing is with Kevin Durant is he and on the I ain't a leader type thing. I just come out do what I do, and everybody if everybody else do what they supposed to do, we gonna win. That's what it is from what it was from Brooklyn. So I don't know what he on right now, but I do know that I don't know if I
What you
know
mean?
Kevin
He
Durant
on the
is there
same
because
shit.
I know Kevin Durant is there because y'all couldn't score the ball. Like when I looked at the score for the Rockets, like y'all was shy of 100, just over 100. Like they need somebody
I
to
can see.
Yeah.
really score the ball. Especially remember the Western Conference was always known for running gun or being the fastest pace conference in the league. And
And
the
we were
East
shutting
was
that
known
down.
for slow and physical. And what I'm saying is, y'all, yes, changing the game with the defense, which is good. But if you can't score in the West, you won't win in the West. And I think
Yeah.
that was necessarily why we necessarily going at Jalen Green. It's not a personal thing. It's more
No,
not.
that's not personal.
Yeah. It's just more
Can I
of
say
like
this?
I
we if
get
we
it.
talking
Uh,
basketball, I'm not relying on Dylan Brooks to score the ball. I'm gonna keep
Can,
it real with you. Like I'm
I
not
Yeah,
disagree
of
with
course,
that
of
too.
course.
I disagree with that too.
not
Can I say? Can I? Can,
to not the way I'm asking Jalen Green to score the ball. Like he's
Yeah.
don't have the equal amount of responsibility to score the ball. Like
the
it's
man still
way
averaged like
My
12 points though. He's still a
okay.
part of the
I
equation
think
of
I
winning.
think my
Can I say this real
exactly.
quick? Can
Okay,
I
yeah.
say this
Yeah.
real quick? You could say KD got to the team because of Jalen Green inefficiency from the perimeter. I could say they got Jalen. I mean, they got KD because KD was getting sold for so low. You might as well buy him low because you got a lot of assets you could give up and not hurt yourself. Yeah.
Right. That's a great point. They
but
got him
yeah,
for nothing. They
but
got
two
him
things
for
could be
nothing
true. It's not I
essentially.
don't think it's an either or. I think two things could be true more than
Well, I
anything, you
mean,
know.
okay, so from a Nets fan perspective, like, well, how, like, okay, I've heard Easy say like this is a good move or whatever. So from a Nets fan perspective, knowing what y'all know from KD mentally as far as y'all watching him play, and I guess what knowledge you know about the Rockets team and the young guys, like, how do y'all think that's going to mix together, and what expectations would you have if you were a Rockets fan seeing how all of this stuff went down because we only seen it from our view And I kind of want to see it from a Nick, because I can't ask a Suns fan about this, because I you know what I'm saying, obviously, but I just want to ask net fans, because y'all actually, y'all had KD and stuff like that.
Let
Well,
me go
can
ahead.
I
Yeah,
ask
I
you guys
think,
real?
I
Let me
think,
sound
I
off.
think,
Let me sound off.
I answer real quick, then pass it to Easy. I think more of it is Kevin Durant is here to compete for a championship. That's the number one thing, and he wants to score the ball. He don't want to do more. He glad he got somebody inside the 3-pointer that's a threat. That makes y'all a very dangerous team. You know what I'm saying? I can't even think of a player like Sagoon Kevin Durant ever played with. You feel what I mean? That element right there is tough. Kevin Durant owns the inside of the 3-point line, bro. Like he's a tough guard, bro. And if Sagoon there, you can't double Sagoon with Kevin Durant inside of the 3-point line. Anyway, Sagoon that if Kevin Durant is around him, you cannot double either one of them. It's over with. It's tough. Yeah. So the
Well,
whole Zach
Sengun
Lane,
gonna
if
have to give me a jumper.
is Sengun gonna be standing under the rim, he gonna be
And
clogging
that's
up
my
KD
that
work.
thank you, man. Because it's like I feel like with Shangoon, I feel like even in that playoff series, and I know it's Draymond, so everybody kind of giving him a pass. And I'm just like, okay, I give him a pass. I'm just like, you gonna have to show me you got that pick and pop, dog. Like you gotta show me some pick and pop,
He
man.
was
so
cooking
hold on, let me
Draymond.
ask
What
you
he,
something.
he was
What about
cooking
the
that guy.
pen? Easy, go ahead, Easy. I'll wait.
No, my
Go ahead.
bad,
Go
my
ahead.
bad. I got off topic.
Go ahead.
I got off topic. I got off
No, no,
topic. My
no.
bad,
I
my
just
bad.
because I think I was just going to add to say I didn't see a lot of PNR from Jalen Green and Sagoon. Like
Yeah,
both
no,
of them are
I'm
good players, but were they
yeah,
good
I got
teammates?
I got off topic. I'm gonna stick to the KD in the meshing with the Rockets, because that LP thing, that's a whole different thing.
Yeah, but that I'm talking about teammates now. Like, are they going to
Yeah,
be good teammates? So Jay's point is I don't think Sagoon is going to clog the middle. I think you could run the offense through Sagoon. Don't run it through Kevin Durant. If they try to double Sagoon, pass it to Kevin Durant. And you know what I'm
but
saying?
you
Like
gotta you
that's
gotta
tough.
you gotta think some teams. I'm telling you, man, some teams are gonna do what Golden State did, and they not gonna double that paint. If they not confident in Shingun getting that 15 off, that 15 to 17 off, and he's sitting up there pump faking at the 3-point line when defenders giving him that three, and he can't knock that down, that's gonna be a problem, because certain teams, yeah, you got some teams that's gonna double out P in the paint because they center can't hold him. But when you got a center that can hold his own in the paint, he gonna say, "Nah, don't send no double. I got him down here. Y'all go out there." And that's gonna be my issue. That's gonna be my concern.
Who's that center in the West?
Um, you got Gobert.
Gobert not doing that shit.
You
Like
got
what?
Draymond Green. You want to
He
go
cooked that
there?
nigga.
Draymond
He
Green.
cooked that nigga last year.
Man,
Draymond
come on,
locks
bro.
something down, man. He locks it
Nah, bro.
down.
Y'all didn't see that whole series. Draymond went 1-on-1. Draymond told him don't double.
So
Did you see
Yeah,
when
Yo,
Draymond told him, man, don't double him?
And that
Hold
nigga
on,
put
Mo
Ain't
Breezy.
no
rocks in
reason
the
to
three
double
point
him.
line on that nigga.
Hold on, we
You saw
going
him
we
take the
gonna run
rocks
up
in the 3 point line.
easy. We gonna go to easy first. Easy, like let's run the panel though, bro. Like let's give him a net fan perspective of how tough we think the Rock's gonna be next year. We gonna start with easy though, like
I already said,
because we listening.
I already said it already. I'll say it again. The least I'm expecting from these motherfuckers is WCF. But if anything, I'm expecting the title from these niggas.
Anything else is a failure, correct?
Anything else is less than. Anything else is less
Tough.
Anything else is a failure, correct? Easy, because he the Spurs fan, so he already know like how this shit coming. So
No, I'm
yeah,
not. I'm not even a Spurs fan, but I'm
oh, what?
yo.
Oh,
You
that's
see,
LM. My bad. My bad.
you see. Now we putting teams on people.
No, y'all
Why
sound
can't be a
alike. You
best friend?
and you and LM sound alike. My bad, dog. Like y'all
That's
kind of
true.
Oh no, you straight. But I'm
Yeah,
saying,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Shout to the guy. That's the guy right there. Shout to the
Brooklyn
guys.
LM, yeah, Brooklyn LM. Y'all
Shout
kind of
shout to
sound like, so I
Brooklyn.
get you confused.
my fault, my fault. But yo, all right. Anything other than anything less than the WCF is unacceptable, my nigga. KD coming doing what y'all niggas need. But look, y'all still got some problems. But what I'm saying though, right? If you look at the landscape, the only team that should give you trouble is Denver and OKC. And you fucked up OKC before the regular season. That should be a good matchup for you. So you ain't gotta worry
Yeah.
about Denver because that's the big man that you can't really hold. But every other matchup is favorable to you. This is what I'm
So
saying
easy,
though. If you make it past Game 7 last year, you in a good fight with Minnesota,
Minnesota. Yeah.
and you probably win that fight because their offense was fucked. So they would have had the same problem that y'all had. but y'all had a better defense because y'all had more um um mixed matchable pieces. You could interchange your lineups. They were struggling with the Gobert bullshit, and they still gonna struggle with the Gobert bullshit. So all that shit out the fucking window for y'all. Like I said,
Yeah.
Denver or OKC, and y'all already fucked these niggas up again. Anything less than WCF, I'm not accepting.
Yeah, I'm kind of with y'all on that. They gotta really step up because you make a point, Mo Beasley. Like he had lottery pick too. That's a number 2 pick. You give up on him after. What if the Chicago Bulls gave up on Jordan? You know what I'm
After
saying?
88,
Like,
well, nah, he scored 63, and you can't, nah,
yeah,
hell
yeah,
nah.
nah, yeah.
Yeah.
I was still going too far. I gone too
Jalen
far.
went half. He went half. He got 38,
I
but
can't
it wasn't
compare
no
him with Jordan.
63. Yeah.
But I'm just saying it is to be drafted that high, and you know what I mean. They
And my concern
things
is
are
not
going far.
KD, is more of the leap with the young guys. Because I not while my issue is that my concern, I don't have an issue. My concern is that I don't know if this leap is gonna be big enough in the first year with KD to where it's gonna get them over that hump to the Western Conference Final, let alone win it.
Wait,
Now
hold on. You keep on thinking about the leap. You got to think about it like this. Your team was one of the few teams that was already in the hunt, so it's not a leap. It's not a huge leap that you're thinking. The small little leap, everybody's
well
is congested in one little bubble. So that small little leap could take you out that bubble right to the conference finals. Everybody's in that
well
bubble. Minnesota, Denver, OKC, Lakers, Clippers. They all in that bubble. Clippers got a case to say they could make it to the conference final too, because they could have fucked up on Denver, and they had a good matchup against OKC too. So they got a claim right there. That what I'm saying is that little jump you making right here could be enough to push you past the top.
It could be, and like I said, man, it's for me. It's mostly just with the young guys with the lead because our offense, like as much as people want to just say, man, it's on Jalen, man, it's his fault. It's just his he was the bad guy and all of this. Like we still had deficiencies with our other younger players, even with us winning 50 something games. So my thing is like, okay, we taking out this component and adding KD to the mix. Yeah, KD is cool, but is my other part still running? That's like like a motor in a car. If you think that one part might be out, you know what I'm saying, and you get that part switched out without all the other parts, you know what I'm saying, still not fully functioning or not fully functioning to the fully potential that they have, could another part fall out? Could it contribute to this main part that you just put in going out as well? So it's I don't know. I might be thinking too much into it, but at the same time, I just know I watch my team enough, and I know that we still had deficiencies on offense, even with Jalen Green not being on this team.
Yeah, but it also shows that the Western Conference they still sticking by that running gun. That's going to be the fastest pace in the NBA when you contrast it to the Eastern Conference. And you got to put up points. You want to win in the playoffs in the Western Conference. You got to score 110 points or some. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't be just scoring shy of 100 points. I think ultimately that's what the Rockets know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They don't want to be put in a situation where what they scored 89 points the first game.
yeah, it's like
They won.
104. We supposed to win that game.
Yeah, so like the first game y'all lost, y'all lost. Say I had 89 points. But when y'all won, y'all scored 115 points. Then you know what I'm saying. Y'all won again, y'all scored 131 points. And then when y'all lost, y'all scored just above 100 at 106. And when y'all lost again, y'all scored under 100 twice. Right there, that's 93. So in 2 out of the games y'all lost is under 100. You know what I mean? And then the third game, the fourth game, y'all lost under 100. So it looked like more of the 3 out of 4 games y'all lost was under 100 points, and I think that's why a lot of it is put on Jalen Green, not necessarily because they don't like him as a player, but
No,
offensive responsibility is kind of like it is supposed to be you. Like who it's supposed to be Sagoon and you. If y'all not running no pick and rolls, no pick and pops between each other, then that means y'all just on the team together, but y'all
so,
not good teammates together. You know what I'm saying?
so I'm supposed to blame Jalen Green for my team missing free throws. And that's what like it's small parts of the game like that for me when I'm watching. It's like, yeah, I could blame Jalen Green because he didn't show up. But my thing is like, even if Jalen Green didn't show up, if my other guys step up, if my other guys do what they're supposed to do, like in the easy parts, not the parts that they can't control. But for me, I just feel like even with Jalen Green not showing up, bro, if we do the simple parts of the game, bro, we still win that series. We sucked at that free throw line that's in that series, man, and that ain't Jalen Green's fault. You know what I'm
I
saying?
feel,
Like
I feel.
that ain't Jalen Green's fault. You know what I'm saying? When we was LP was at that line, missed a lot of the free throws. When we was trying to get back in the game, or we was trying to tie the game or go up, he missing two free throws at the line. He ain't supposed to miss that. He missing easy bunny layups, man. He can't miss that. So my thing is when a team decides, hey man, I'm going one on one with LP, I ain't confident in his jumper yet. You know what I'm saying? Like when coaches say, man, I'm going double KD. I ain't riding with Shingun. He gonna do what he do because obviously that's what Kerr did. Kerr said, man, let Shingun do what he do. I'm killing everybody else. And they couldn't get us over the hump. So Shingun getting all the points and all the rebounds and assists. They let him get that shit off and they shut everything else down. And you saw the results. So what's gonna happen when another team decides to do the same shit? Let LP go one on one. Let them cook whoever down there, and we shutting everything off, and we shutting everything else down.
All
You
right,
You
can't
know what I'm
so
shut
saying?
Kevin Durant down. That's different. Go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah,
Ike.
yeah,
Man, I
I'm about
seen
to tell you.
Boston do it. I seen Boston do it. Let's not go there. Not go
Nah,
there.
Yeah.
nah, you talking about Boston, but nah, when you got Kevin, bro, you really gotta focus on Kevin because anytime he can get off or he's being can't be stopped, bro, he opened up everything. Everything's open when Kevin's on the floor. So you know what I mean? Then you talking about
Yeah,
one time with Boston, but throughout his playoffs, it's nobody stopping him, bro. And I just looked at your what they got as your depth chart starting lineup. You got about 95 points in your starting lineup. You know what I mean? For
yeah,
average. Just what off their average is 95 points. Now, I do think Jabari is your highest scorer person off the bench. You might need another score if Reed Shepard steps up this season, if he plays. You know what I mean? But other than that, y'all solid. And
yeah,
I think you're sleeping on Kevin being on the floor, opening up the floor because can't know if you double team him, it's a wrap. You know what I mean? Somebody got to score somehow. And Shagun, he can mostly take his, you know what I'm saying, one on one for the most part. Kevin can go one on one. Men is a rebounder. Fred is a 3-point shooter. Ty, I'm not sure with Ty Eason how he operates. I don't know too much about him, but for that part, I know if you double team Kevin, it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? Y'all should be
Offensive rebounder, mid-range scorer, decent three-point shooter.
yeah, so you know what I'm saying? Y'all straight with that. Because you won't be able to do that double team Shagun and leave Kevin over. You can't double team Kevin and leave Shagun. You know what I'm saying? Like that, bro, it won't operate. And then Fred gonna shoot the threes, bro. You know what I'm saying? So your starting lineup should be straight.
yeah. I do feel it. It's just I'm just more. I'm like I said. I'm not concerned about KD like mostly at all. I'm more concerned about our young guys and them the leap. Not them taking the leap at all. But I just don't know if it's gonna be enough to get us over in the first year because I think after the first year we're playing with KD, everything will be straight after that. But like I said, it's going to take time for these guys to get the chemistry and learn how play KD want to play. Also, while them still trying to get their game off, you know what I'm saying? And I know KD don't really trip. He let people play their game and he want to work in the mid range and things like that. But these players still got to do their job. You know what I'm saying? And for the first couple of months, I want to see how the chemistry gonna play with KD and stuff like that. But now the first year, this more first year, you know what I'm saying? Because like Easy said, we trying to, it's Western Conference Finals or you know what I'm saying, it's gonna be a little shaky. So with that being said, you want to make sure that your chemistry, you want to make sure you got the camaraderie and the chemistry with the guys, and things like that. And I just don't know how long that's gonna take with everybody trying to get their game going with KD on the floor and stuff. So this is mostly in the first year.
Well,
Yeah.
BZ, you know what's so interesting? Like, it feels like your team is kind of where we were when we got Katie and Kyrie to pair up with our young guys. Now it's like they have to step up to the plate. I would say for you and your Rockets fans, enjoy the moment. Your team is now competing to be a championship team, which is, what a lot of teams in that Western Conference wish they can be. But given how bunched up it is, it's very hard to accomplish that. But I think you surrounded Kevin Durant with the right type of young defensive guys. Amon Thompson, Jabari Smith. This is a big year for them. Both those guys, they got to step up to the plate because you really don't know who that secondary star is on that team. It could be any one of those guys. And then you have Fred VanVleet. His veteran leadership is crucial. You brought back Jeff Green, Uncle Jeff. He is so crucial as far as being that leader in the background to keep these guys, all united. You also got Doe for that extra defense. And I will give you this. Your center group is really great. Sengun, Steven Adams, and Clint Capella. You guys got three big men, which is great. So you have all the pieces, but I think your worry is about how long is this going to take. And let's remember, Kevin Durant, if he's going to finish his career with the Rockets, if they don't win these next 2 years, here's the crazy thing. They did not trade pretty much all their main assets to get Kevin Durant. All you traded was Green and Brooks and a pick. You still have all those Suns valuable picks. You still have Taurease and all your young guys. If Kevin Durant has a say in wanting to get this team ultimately win a championship, do not be surprised if the next year or two they consolidate all these young assets to go after Anthony Edwards to pair with Kevin Durant. I'm just putting it out there, man. If the Timberwolves crash and burn, they have all the assets the Rockets do to pair Ant-Man with Kevin Durant and Sengun. Just put it out there.
What's up with Dorian Finney-Smith? I know a little bit. I know he played at Florida. I know a little bit about him. He played with Luka and stuff. But I don't have no in-depth analysis on this guy. And everybody's kind of like the Lakers,
man.
Yeah, the Lakers. Everybody's like, oh my God, we lost Finney-Smith. So I need to.
Nah, bro. He wasn't doing a damn thing with the Brooklyn Nets. They was giving him open shots. He was in the
That's a
post
lot.
game.
That's a lot.
He was,
That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot.
bro.
That's a
Listen.
lot.
I'm
That's a
gonna tell
fucking
you
lot.
like this,
I
bro.
hate this.
When it comes to the
When we
Brooklyn
get
Nets,
healthy role players, we
let me
stop talking
finish. When it
bullshit.
comes to the Brooklyn Nets, they was giving DFS way more shots than he deserved. When he get to the Houston Rockets, Ime Udoka definitely not giving him the same amount of shots he was getting on the Brooklyn Nets. So to your point, for you as a Houston Rocket fan, he'll be good for your team. He fit right in on the
Because he's coming
defensive
off the
side of the
bench.
ball. Yeah, he fit right in. He fit right in with everything y'all got going on because of your coach. Your coach know exactly what to
And
do with
The
DFS. Our
the
coach, or back
so
then,
he's
did
better.
not
So
know
he's
what he was
better.
doing.
He's better
DFS
on the
players.
bench than as a starter.
Hell yeah.
That's a fucking lie. That's a fucking lie. All right, man. All right. Y'all got it.
No, I don't. I'm actually trying to get I don't want to start nothing, but I'm asking y'all had
DFS
Finney
gave us
Smith on y'all
leadership and
team.
mentorship to the young guys. Them niggas did not know how to be professionals. He got them niggas into act from the fucking first time he got traded here. He started getting them young niggas into act, bro. I'm not doing this bullshit with niggas, bro. Or because niggas feel some type of way because they ain't do the fuck what they wanted to do, bro. I'm not doing this, bro. Not doing this, bro.
So
What
yeah,
the fuck we doing?
I agree with Ease, man. He gonna give you defense. He gonna give you a little rebounding. I'm looking at his stats. He shot 41% from three, so he gonna space the floor, bro.
Oh damn,
You know,
he gonna. Oh yeah,
yeah,
damn, he gonna space the floor off that bench for sure.
yeah. He only averaged 9 points or whatever, but like you know what I'm saying, defense first, and his 3-point shooting. That's what he provide on the floor. You know,
And that's what you
He's
don't.
not
That's what you
starting
don't
for
want
Houston,
anyway.
bro. I don't know what y'all
No,
talking
he
about,
ain't
bro.
starting. He ain't starting at all. That wasn't my issue. My thing,
You
I just
don't
want to
know.
know
You
what he
don't
can.
know. You
How can
don't
he
know.
contribute?
But you don't know though. Udoka could switch up the lineup. You don't know. You can't say that for a fact, my nigga.
Yeah, I'm not saying this for a fact. I'm saying
But y'all saying like he not starting like it's a
yeah.
concrete fact though. Like yeah, it's
No,
over.
I'm not saying it's a fact. I'm saying I wouldn't put him at no starting lineup, bro. I got KD at the 4. I got Sagoon at the 5. I got Thompson at the 3. You feel
I
what
ain't
I'm
gonna lie.
saying?
I want
You already
Jabari at the
heard how
4 and
KD
KD at the
feel
3.
about him.
He don't
I want
start.
I want KD at the 3, and I ain't gonna lie. I think Tari should still come out the bench. That's me.
You got
But
KD at the 3. Who you got the 4?
Jabari Smith and Sengun.
Okay.
Like I like the Terra Twin thing with Tari Eason and Amen Thompson. Like that's the whole little thing. Like they're supposed to be like defensive twins and shit like that. So that's why a lot of people like penciling Tari in at that 4. But me, I'm you know what I'm saying, I like Jabari Smith. I always kind of been a Jabari Smith guy from Auburn, man. So I want him at that four with Shingun because with that you really can't double now because now I got Jabari that's gonna for sure knock it down, and then I got KD that's gonna for sure knock it down. So if you would tell me that hey you can't double out P in the post because you got all these other shooters out there, my mind would be a little bit more at ease. You know what I'm saying? So. Yeah.
Nah, I hear you. Yo, Jay, how far you think the Rockets gonna go with KD? Yeah.
Depends on if KD play.
Okay.
KD gonna play like 25 games.
And
So
that's another
hopefully the
thing. Like some,
25
oh my
games be
bad.
in the playoffs.
Yeah, some people really like they don't know how many games he gonna play, but they was like, well, he just played 60 something games this past season, so it's a whole kerfuffle with that thing, man. Like I
Yeah.
said, I'm cool with it now. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the ship. I'm on the train. You know what I'm saying? And we just got to see what this season coming. But I got some net questions myself from y'all, man. So if
What up?
whenever y'all ready,
Nah, what up?
I'll ask. So what? Like okay. What first off, what was your strategy with drafting all five players? Number one, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna start there. What's the strategy with drafting all five players in y'all opinion?
I always said that Jordy Fernandez see the game through a point guard eyes. I just feel like they overdid it. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't need that many guards. You know what I mean? And a lot of Nets fans feel like we could have got a big man out of that five. Fans feel like that, but they drafted what three guards, four guards, and one big man.
Yeah,
So it is what it is. But at the end of the day, they didn't get a two guard. So they really was focused on the point guard and being able to facilitate. A lot of Jordy Fernandez offense was driving kick. A lot of it was penetrate dish pause. A lot of it was, you know what I'm saying, find a guy on the elbow or the corner. It wasn't a lot of PNRs, so I think they looking for Yegor to run basketball. You know what I'm saying, play basketball above the 3 point line. Like they
but
want him to, yeah.
wasn't this like the part of y'all plan as far as y'all getting y'all picks back as far as trying to make like as many draft picks as y'all can to try to see who kind of sticks? Because this was the whole thing of y'all getting y'all draft picks back in the first place, right?
No, no, Mo. The plan was to find a star player with these draft picks. That's
Oh,
the
that's
plan.
what it was. Y'all got y'all picks. Y'all were desperate to get your picks back because you thought that, hey, we just gave up this third pick. We ain't trying to give up no first pick. But then it went back to eight, and you like, man, what the fuck?
Hey,
What the?
listen. You know what? Since we here now, right? Let me ask this
That's
question. Right?
crazy.
Let me ask this question. Let me ask this question, sir. Let me ask this question. Let's just say we still have all our picks, right? But instead of we got the fifth pick, right? And instead of drafting Diego, right? We draft somebody like Trey Johnson. Do you think the front office still make the same moves that they made going down? So Drake Powell, Ben Saraf, Danny Wolf, Nolan Trio. If we draft Trey Johnson first, do you think we still make the same moves?
Yeah.
I think Danny Wolf. I think Danny Wolf. I don't know about. I think Danny Wolf and maybe Trey Orr. I don't think Drake Powell. I don't think y'all draft Drake Powell.
No,
Danny Wolf for sure. Nolan Trey Orr maybe. That's how I feel.
I think they drive the same way, bro. I don't think it changes
Nah,
because
Danny Wolf for sure, because Danny Wolf was the value pick down there at that low. Danny Wolf was considered a value pick at where y'all got him at. So I that's why I'm saying Danny Wolf, and I don't know about Nolan Trayor. And that's why I'm just like the maybe on that. So, but no to Drake Powell. Y'all wouldn't have drafted Drake Powell. Y'all still would have drafted Danny
What about
Wolf,
the
but you
rest?
wouldn't
What
have
about
drafted
the
Drake
rest?
Powell.
we would have
I don't
drafted the
think.
same folks. We would have
Yeah,
drafted
y'all wouldn't have drafted the rap either.
I
No, I
wasn't.
would
Nah, they
Drake
would have
Powell.
took.
I would
They
have
would have
kept
took
Drake Powell.
Sarai. They would have took Drake, and they would still took Sarai. You know
But
what I
I
mean?
like Danny Wolf because I knew Danny Wolf was the offense in Michigan. You know what I'm saying? Like they looked at him to score baskets and stuff in Michigan like that. So, I think it's gonna take
Is
him a
it
little bit of time to get adjusted with the
so?
Nets and stuff like that. But I like Danny Wolf.
So hold on, let me ask this question: is it that important for franchises, specifically the Brooklyn Nets, to start building a championship roster with a point guard opposed to other players that we could have got, other positions that we could have got? You know what I mean, Jay? Like, Jay, do you think that Malo is more important than the point guard, him being a center?
I think we were supposed to draft the best talent available with the eighth pick. So we were supposed to get a good, I don't know, top prospect. And I think we could have got Diego later than that.
Yeah, I think, yo, Ice, you think Diego would have fell to the out the lottery?
No, I don't think he would have made it that far. He would have dropped down a little bit, but I don't think he would have made it.
If they really wanted him, they could have traded up for him, probably.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
gonna lie. I would have put my bottom dollar that you guys would have drafted Rasheer Fleming. And the fact that y'all didn't y'all passed him, I was just like, what's going on? I'm not gonna lie. That was one dude that I actually, out of everybody else, I'm like, I know for sure they're gonna give Rasheer Fleming.
But Ice,
I,
this is what I'm saying though. If we draft Trey Johnson, you think we still taking Ben Surratt? You don't think we don't use that pick to draft at least Maxine Renault?
No. Because they gonna use Trey Johnson like they gonna use Drake Powell, except for Drake Powell's more defensive. So they wouldn't. I don't think they would use Trey at the one. They're gonna put Ben at the one and Ben at the two. You know what I mean? And that's the difference of them. And then they would put Trey at the two and Trey at the three. Drake at the two, Drake at the three, and they want to move them. They want to move around like that. You see what I'm saying? They try and make it. They try to draft folks that's movable in the lineup that they can mess around and put these guys anywhere. Not basically positionless, but you know what I'm saying? For the
Yeah.
style and the IQ they have, you be able to move them around and not keep them in one spot.
But I just want to stick to the topic of, do I think it's important to build the championship roster starting with the point guard? Yeah. I know
No,
that's the direction, and I like the fact that they made it essential because the coach wants a floor general. You know what I'm saying? And the Brooklyn Nets had success with a point guard being the best player on the team. So I see the vision. But what about y'all? Do y'all think the point guard is the most important position to build a championship roster? Or, I
the
mean,
most.
generally speaking, of
I
course,
mean,
it's specific situations.
what you mean as far as drafting first or drafting? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because
just the draft. What we did, like we clearly wanted to get the point guard right.
no, they didn't because even in the workouts they had about 15 point guards. You know what I mean? Even someone like TJ Mama that was in the summer league, he was on the workout list from college. So it was like 15 point guards. Lee Clifford wasn't a point guard. Concanupple wasn't a point guard. They worked out who else wasn't a point guard. But basically everybody else on that list was basically a point guard. So they was trying to find the point guard or a point guard this time around, and I guess they felt like this draft was the draft to do it in because they had Fears, they had Yegor, and the rest and Trayor in this draft. So I would say this draft that's exactly what they was looking
All right, but to just building the championship roster, how important you think the point guard is?
for. Point guard is everything to build it, but you know what I'm saying. Sometimes your point guard might come later. This time, like I said, I think this draft they just thought the point guard was in this draft, but point guard, team can't move without a point guard. You know what I'm saying? You need a point guard to move the team.
I think that's the most important basketball position for Jordy Fernandez is the point guard. Seriously. I think he see running the offense, but he's seen it through a big man with Sabonis, and he's seen it with, Jokic.
He see it. He sees it. He sees it the way we drafted that a high IQ guy that can pass. He can run what's the word for it? Hubs through whatever guy he want to run a hub through. You know, if you want to run a point guard, he can run a point guard. If you want to run center like Danny could run. You know what I'm saying? Like Mo Beasley said, he was the offense at. You know what I'm saying? He was the offense in Michigan, so he could run an offense through Danny. He could put the ball in Danny hands and say create a little bit. Rob, we gonna
Well,
pick
how
and
much?
roll with you.
How much
And
he averaging in Michigan? How much Wolf average in Michigan?
I think he averaged 18 and almost 10 or something like that.
Okay, damn, they really ran the offense to Wolf. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
they ran pick and roll. He would run the pick and roll offense. He would bring the ball down. He'll create. They set
Yeah,
a pick for him. He'll
and that's
navigate through, and he'll make the pass left, right, or score
and
or throw the lob. He could throw lobs too, bro.
yeah, he didn't have another center big man next to him like that. He was the sole big man at the center spot in Michigan.
Yeah,
Y'all think so? Wolf, we can run the offense to a Wolf, but him and pick and roll with him and Yegor. Think that'll work?
yeah, or him and
It's gonna take some development, but yeah.
yeah, him and Diego, or him and I want to say Clax, but I really want to say him and Dayron, because Dayron can set the screen better. But him and Dayron, I think that might work.
Oh, all right. Yeah, we gonna see it. I think
J-Ro
all
can
of this, we
pass low
gotta we
key
gotta
too.
wait, man. Now I'm gonna keep it real with you. Shout out to everybody that's gonna hold it down and be, you know what I'm saying, looking for basketball content without no basketball. You know what I mean? We got the WNBA, so I don't know if anybody on here y'all doing WNBA content. Anybody? I don't want to say nobody not
There's a
doing it.
lot of basketball content. There's a lot of
Man,
basketball content
pay
going
them
on.
women. Pay them women, man.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna start the show with that next show. I seen they was wearing the shirts. They must
Man,
somebody must have
pay them
seen the
women, man.
somebody must have showed somebody some paperwork. Like, oh word, that's how much money they make.
Oh my god!
Don't
So
make that much.
no,
Remember they created.
no.
Hold on, I just want to say what I before we leave. What I think is most interesting is before they did that, they started their own league. They started their own league to generate their
Ask them
own
how they made
revenue.
that league. I asked Breezy how they made that league. How did they make
That's
that league? How did they
how.
make that league?
What you mean? How they made the league?
How they
They
made the
with
league,
it
my
was the
nigga?
players. The players did it together.
So which players made the league, bro? When
I
you have
forgot
to
which
make a league,
players. I think I forget how to
donations have
say
to
her
be
name.
made. Who
It was
donated to the
Afisa
fucking team?
Talia, Brianna Stewart.
Yeah, I forgot how to say her name. Shout out to Lee from in the chat. Shout out to Lee from
Hella
chat about the
a
post.
good amount of NBA players donated to that
No, but
league
what I'm
to
what I'm
make that
saying
happen.
is not to you know carry the conversation to who it was, but more importantly, the fact that they started their own league before they asked for the money. You know, they went out and showed the NBA or the WNBA, like, look, we want more money. We not trying to play overseas. We're gonna start our own thing. But at the same time, they not. So what I'm saying is, with them taking that, making that the first step, and then asking for the money means a lot.
I
It
mean,
shows.
but
It shows they showing great initiative going forward with what they talk about.
I gotta chime in on this one. But yeah, that's
Please,
great initiative, bro. Like
please.
this, yeah, because here's the problem: $40 million is about to get lost from the WNBA again for
No,
the
50,
second year in
50,
a row.
50. No, 50. It's
50,
50 now.
50. Yeah, to be exact. My nigga, if anything, my nigga, they owe money. If you really want to keep it funk. Now, I'm all for.
So
I'm all for everybody getting their bread. But the thing is, when you're playing in a league that's non-profit and you're looking for revenue, that's like basically asking a nigga that barely got $1,000 in his account to take care of all your bills. Like, come on, like this,
But
like
what
let's
I'm
No,
the
saying, what
son,
I'm
math ain't
saying,
you
mathing.
getting money from the A.
listen,
It's not
that's what
like
I'm
you are on
saying.
thing. You get money from the A to even keep up your league, bro. You a subsidiary, bro.
Exactly.
This is what I'm
You're not
saying.
your own
I'm
thing,
gonna
bro.
do the.
You
I'm gonna
feel like
start
you're
the.
your own thing, but you're not.
I'm gonna start the show after I do some homework, some research, look more into this specific topic to see whether or not these ladies have the reason, the purpose, or the audacity to be asking for more money. Me and from my perspective, as of now, they should be asking for more money because far as the popularity of the WNBA, it's increasing, and again, I'll be shot to soliloquy for the sake of the clips. And it's not
Breeze,
playing.
all I'm gonna tell you is do some more homework on that, bro. Like you gonna see the real
Please,
numbers. Please, I'm
please.
begging you, bro. Like, listen, I love the WNBA. Listen. This is probably the best time to watch these women, man. And listen, and they getting more fire and fire every year. But like, I ain't gonna lie to you,
But they
bro. Like,
going
it's
into a hole, my
yeah,
nigga.
It's all good. It's a
yeah.
we go
So
we go we gonna definitely get back to it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Leaf and Easy. You know what I mean? I know they do follow the WNBA content a little more than I do.
Yo,
Shout
shout
out
out
to
to my
Ice.
nigga Leaf. Yo, I
Shout
saw
out
my
to
nigga Leaf and text fucking
Mo
cooking on playback. My nigga
Word.
cooking, nigga
Shout out to Mo
cooking.
Beasy. You know what I'm saying?
I
Shout
ain't
out
holla
to
at text in a
the
minute, bro.
chat
Like,
on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. You know what I'm saying? Nets fans is the best fans. We gonna be back for more content.
Salute.